the Andy Snowden radio show. It's the Andy Snowden radio show. It's the Andy Snowden radio show. It's the Andy Snowden radio show.
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. 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 I'm going downtown tonight. What's going on?
Now, over in Manchester, the suburb of Irlam is bracing itself for its 6th Irlam Live Festival. Over the years, it's attracted stars including Sophie Ellis-Bextor, Scouting for Girls, Mark Almond and Tony Hadley. And these days, the festival spans 4 days of entertainment for the whole family. Director Darren Goulden spoke to us yesterday, and I started by asking him where it all started.
Yeah, it's something, the idea started in about 2014. We were originally going to do like a bit of a foodie festival with some tribute bands. That was the idea. Real ales, etc. Talk to the local businesses, see whether they were interested in sponsorship packages, VIP, stuff like that. And we got really good support. So instead of it being a tribute festival, it ended up with, I think the first 2 artists we booked were Tony Hadley and Billy Ocean. Wow. And we brought them to a part of Salford that's long forgotten, Irlam, where I live and where Phil lives. And it's just gone from strength to strength, to be honest. It was a labour of love. It's hard work. It's not just the 3 or 4 days of the setup and the actual festival itself. It's a full 12 months commitment. And we just keep doing it. And like I say, we do a number of festivals now, but this is our main festival, if you like.
But as you say, you've had some massive stars over the years, but this year's lineup, you've kind of excelled yourself this year. Tell us who's on the bill.
Yeah, so on the bill, on our Saturday headliner is Bananarama, and we've got Entrance, and we've got Ben from Phats Small, we've got Abs from Five. Got a great band on called Scratch as well. They were on our grassroots stage last year. They were that well received. We put them on the main stage this year, which is brilliant. On Sunday, we've got Phats Small coming down, Hue Cry, Doctor and the Medics, Nadine Coyle's coming down. The Feeling, a headliner at the moment, but we have got a massive headliner that'll be announced at the start of April. A huge headliner. And we can't wait to mention that. Actually, that'll be fantastic.
Wonderful. It always concerns me when anybody that's putting an event on like this with COVID and events like the Irlam Live. Is there an element of risk to it now?
There is, I suppose, but in fairness, what happened, we moved the last Irlam Live, which we basically got away in September last year, was moved 4 times. So you just kind of keep rolling it on. All the artists follow you. You've obviously paid your deposits originally for the artists, but then they roll on, and because it's not your fault, because you're not cancelling effectively, it was COVID. They all understood, and we kept everybody, I think, from the original lineup, which was fantastic. So, really, really good. It is something that there is an element of risk, but to be honest with you, we have it in June every year. The weather's normally 70 degrees. It's normally lovely. It's normally very settled. There is an element of risk because it's outside, but to be quite honest with you, it'd have to be, biblical proportions for us not to go ahead with the festival.
Yeah, but that was the weird thing about COVID, wasn't it? It was almost biblical.
We started getting inklings of it. We heard it straight away, and we thought, it's going to be done by, a couple of months, it'd be all right. And it became really apparent that by January, February, that there was no way we were going to get the original one away in May in 2020. We moved swiftly in the January. We moved the May one to September. Then we moved it when it became apparent again. Then we moved it from September to the following May. And then same thing again. We sat there in January and thought, people are not going to be in the state of mind. It's going to be half and half. There's going to be masks involved. It's going to be people not really wanting to go out or mixing big crowds. So we moved it to September, which, in fairness, was really good timing in the end because everybody had been confined into the houses for the best part of 18 months. And September was just a big blowout for everybody. You know, we had Sophie Ellis-Bextor there, who was fantastic. Obviously, we booked her 2 years previous to that, and she became the kitchen disco queen.
Yeah.
And you can't book her now for Love and the Money, where we'd already booked her 2 years previous. She'd moved the thing 4 times for us. And when she turned up on the night, you know, she was an absolute star. She was fantastic. Lovely person as well. As are 99% of all the stars that come down. You hear all these stories about diva this and diva that, but they're so nice, so accommodating. Meet and greets, photographs with kids. Vernon Kay last year, you know, jumping down into the pit and you know, meeting several people, and they all stay back and they all have photographs done. And we're quite unique in what we do at Irlam Live. It is, you've got the big feel, you've got the huge production, you've got the big stars, but it's still a community event. You know, 3 and 4 generations of the same family come in with their chairs, they put them on top of the hill, they sit there, the kids can run off and play in the safe area and stuff like that. So that's what we like about it, and it is really, really unique.
I mean, just from the photographs, it looks absolutely amazing. But you must have thought there must have been a fear that, like everybody else, I suppose, we'd never see those big festival crowds again. Really, it was an odd thing.
It was so different, you know, talking to people. And even though I was one of the, straight away, get yourself vaccinated. The thing that happened with me was, because I was a DJ and festival organizer, and I didn't have any job at all for 18 months. I was actually working on the lines. I was booking tests for people. All my family were. My son's a DJ. My daughter works in retail, and she's like a princess at weekends. And 3 of us were actually manning the NHS lines from home, you know, booking tests and stuff. So, yeah, it was close to our heart. So we actually knew people's understandings. We knew how people felt and stuff like that all the way through it. And then when we were allowed to do it again, and when it became official that we could get the one away in September, the influx of bookings, the amount of people that came, the smiles and stuff, it just made it all worth it, to be honest. It was just so nice to see everybody out enjoying it. There was tears where families were meeting, you know, sometimes for the first time. Expats that had gone to France or Canada or Spain come back for that weekend. It was just lovely. It was a really nice sight, to be honest.
Yeah. And just on one last thing about COVID, are there restrictions in place? Do you have to do that now legally? How does it work?
No, I mean, even from September last year, there's no restrictions in place. You have to put extra washing facilities and make sure, you know, there's hand cleanser there and stuff like that, and make sure, obviously, the toilets are cleaned, everything's cleaned and scanned, and the bars are cleaned and everything. But we did that anyway. We went over and above anyway. We always had that facility set up. So it's just about the hand cleanse. I mean, the beauty about the Irlam Live site is we limit it to 5,000 people. It can officially hold about 13,000, but we always limit it to 5,000. So there's areas where, you know, if you don't like a crowd, or, you know, you don't want to be in with the people in front of the stage, you can sit on top of the hill, or you go to the left or the right. There's loads of areas, and this year we've got like yoga going on and chakra and Zumba from the main stage, stuff like that. So we've got relaxation going on as well. So if people, you know, find it a bit too much, they can find a nice quiet spot and they can still enjoy themselves.
Brilliant. And before I let you go, it's a 4-day event from the 2nd to the 5th of June. How do people get their tickets?
Irlamlive.co.uk. Tickets. Again, we think they're the best value of any festival. You know, I think it's for the tribute days, the Thursday and Friday, we've got fabulous lineup. So Thursday, you know, we'd booked these 2 years ago because we knew the Queen was going to try and infringe on our weekend. So with the double bank holiday, so we booked the best Queen act we could find, and we've got a Freddie Mercury to die for. He's absolutely brilliant. We've got ABBA in there, take that. We've got the best Robbie Williams in the UK. We've got a Little Mix. We've got a Bowie on the Thursday. Friday's always been like our indie day, so we've got an Oasis back on the Stone Roses. We've got Killers, the Runaway Killers are brilliant. We've got an Amy Winehouse that's stunning. Bob Marley Experience coming down, and the local band called Small Weller that do sort of Paul Weller and Star Council stuff, Jam, etc. So they're brilliant. About £25 a day, I think it is. But we've got other things coming down on those days. We've got Aardman Animations coming down on Thursday. So anybody, the kids are in there, you can learn to make Shaun the Sheep, morph and stuff like that, which is brilliant. On the Friday, we've got Europe's largest dinosaur coming down, Chomp. And you can feed baby dinosaurs and stuff. So there's loads of things going on, as well as the main acts. There's 2 stages over the weekend with the grassroots stage. So local bands will be on the stage too, and that was really well received this year. We had 10 local bands, and like I say, one of them was that good. They're on the main stage this year. My hope is that one of them will be that good that in 5 years' time they'll come back and headline, which will be brilliant for us.
Yeah.
The idea is to attract bigger and better artists each year, and year on year we try and do that. Once we name our headliner for the Sunday, it'll be, people will go, wow, absolutely wow, So that'll be something that we've been building up. We're already now sat down booking for the following year, because that's what you have to do. When your artists get bigger, you have to book further in advance, and you have to make sure that they're available next year before somebody else does. Yeah. So, yeah, the idea is to make it bigger and better, but to keep that community feel, to keep the boutiqueness of it, with the nice bars and gin bars, Prosecco bars, fabulous street food from all over the UK. We've got Thai, we've got Greek, we've got Indian, stuff like that. Give a really good selection of stuff that you wouldn't normally be able to get. So, yes, there's the odd burgers and hot dogs, but we want the really good stuff there, the stuff that people might not have had in the past. So I think that's what it's about, trying to give somebody the complete thing, really, when they come down. The entertainment, price-wise, beer-wise, we're brilliant. We work with the local brewery, Joseph Holt's. So anything like that, it works really well. And we have our own bar staff, so we have our own bar staff year on year. We don't use agencies and stuff, so people get, aware that there are bar staff. They know who they are. They get a great service, brilliant VIP area and stuff like that. So it's been really rewarding, to be honest. It's been absolutely fantastic. Communities took us to their heart. And like I say, we are getting bigger and bigger. People are coming from Birmingham, coming from London to see the acts and stuff like that now. So, yeah, long may it continue.
Darren, it's been a treat to speak to you this afternoon. Thanks ever so much for that. That's wonderful.
No problem at all. Thanks for ringing.
Cheers, buddy. All the best to you.
Cheers. Thanks very much.
Take care. Ta-ra.
Ta-ra now.
Darren Goulden, director of the Irlam Live Festival, taking place over the weekend of Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee. Is there a better way of celebrating? Not sure there is. To get your tickets, irlamlive.co.uk. Get your tickets now. Go on.
Swing on to Chatterton, it's rain.